I'm going to get you in trouble here.
What's new?
Since we've filmed last, there's been a few terrorist incidents.
Again, what's new?
And I guess, you know, you got yourself into a bit of hot water when you said about, you know, looking at people of certain backgrounds coming into countries.
But that's not even, like I said, people take that as me attacking Muslims. I put that across anybody coming into the country. Like if people from New Zealand want to migrate here, if people from any island country, even from America. Yeah, America's got serial killers and lots of idiots. So anyone that wants to migrate to Australia, the same as when I went to America and got my green card, they've got to do background checks. They've got to check out where you're from, if you are who you say you are, check you out, check out criminal records, and then if you're fit, you know, you're found fit to live in that country, and you're going to be like an asset to that country and help out or do whatever, assimilate, sure, let them in. But you just can't go letting people in just on the face of, oh, they're poor, you know, refugees, let them in without doing checks. Yeah, we've got, you know, Manus Island and Christmas Island and all that, where they get held there. But like I said before, if you're fleeing a war-torn country, it's like a mother and the children, where, say you're living in Syria or one of those countries where you're getting bombed every day, not knowing if the next day on earth is your last, you could be killed or your children killed. You get on a boat and come to one of these islands and you put in a detention camp, and in those camps you get fed, you get beds, you get TV, phones, computers, you go on day trips. Yeah, it's not the Hilton, but it's still a place where you and your child are safe. I'd be pretty thankful that, you know, I've got a safe place to live until they find out who I am, and then once they find out who I am and that I'm a good person, then they let me into the country. I don't see the problem with that. So I don't see a problem, like I said, letting people in once they've been checked thoroughly, that's all. And people get upset about that. Well, I can't help that. It's like if a busload of people pulled up out the front of your place and you didn't know who they were, would you just invite them all inside to stay? No, you'd want to know who they were, wouldn't you? I've got friends who I know who they are, and I still don't fucking like letting them inside. Sometimes when they leave, I go checking the drawers and the silverware. So, you know, it's just common sense. So I don't see why people get upset when Donald Trump says something about, you know, stopping them until they do a check on them and stuff like that. I don't see the problem. So, like I said, I don't care if you're Muslim, Catholic, whatever race or religion you are. If you come to this country to live, checks have to be done. Simple as that.
And when you were in England, was there a heightened state of security? Were there?
No, you didn't really see it, but I'm sure there would have been, especially around the airports and stuff, and being so close to Paris and that. Then they got that tunnel there and stuff like that. So yeah, actually going into England, I didn't even go through customs. I picked up my bag off the thing and it says customs, anything to declare, and there's nobody there. I just walk on through. Not like when you come back home here and it's like getting out of Fort Knox. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I was pretty surprised when I come back. I sort of luck of the draw, like I go through the passport thing, get the ticket. It's got an M on it. I'm thinking, what could that mean? Because you got different codes they give you. So I'm waiting for my bag. I'm like, yes, first bag that comes off is mine. Then mind you, almost the last bag that came off was mine. So I finally get going down there, and the guy takes my ticket. Hello, Lee. You're right, number 8. I'm looking at number 8. Yes, fucking straight out. Didn't even check my bags this time. Thank God.
So you got the steroids over this time?
I didn't get it this time. I was expecting it because it's one of those where you just want to get out of there, you just want to get home. I went to change some money, then her machine broke down, so I had to collect the money and go to another machine and change my money back to Australian dollars, so I just wanted to get out of there. So when he said line 8, I'm like, cool. I did feel like unpacking the bags again and having them go through shit. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but back to the attacks, you're going to have idiots still do it. All terrorists are still going to try and cause problems in the world, but you know, until something actually gets done, which I know is hard because you don't know who they are. They're just recruiting general people. It could be the average looking guy walking down the street with bombs strapped to him or in a car somewhere, so you don't know who the enemy really is. But you know, something needs to be done because it's just getting crazy out of control, and then they try and blame it on, well, people are causing these young kids to turn to these people because they feel like family. And that's like saying back in the old days in America, kids join gangs and become gang violent because they want to fit in somewhere and, you know, do shit like that. But I'm sure people that join gangs in America, sure they rob people for money and stuff. They don't really do it to kill themselves. But sadly these young kids think that blowing themselves up is a good thing. So
I think half the problem too is most of them don't have jobs over there. They've come from a different.
I'm sure some of them here get offered money. Like it's like, hey, if you do this, you know, your family's got no money, but you know they promise them, you know, if you do this for us and go blow yourself up here, we'll take care of your family and give them all this money. So even though you're gone and sacrificed yourself for Allah or whatever, your family will be taken care of. So some think, okay, they're doing a good thing, but sadly it's not.
I think they're sitting around half.
I just don't understand why. Like I said it before, Christians were some of the worst back in the day. The Christian Crusades, they went around fucking killing everyone. But like I said, they evolved, they grew out of it. Sadly, for some reason, some of the Muslim religion, the extremist ones, haven't grown out of it. Like I said, you see over there, adultery, they still bury women up to their waist and that and stone them to death. They still cut off limbs, they still do this. So some of the stuff they still do is what they did back in the old days, the barbaric days, whereas other religions have sort of evolved. Apart from the Catholics, they still molest people, so got to watch them Catholics. But you know, Christianity sort of grew up. Other religions need to follow suit and grow up. So, and like I said, that's not all of them. That's just the extremists, which I've always said. So for all you good ones, don't come down and bashing me saying I'm racist. I'm talking about the extremist bad ones, which appear in all religions, all races, all walks of life.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I just think
You don't even need religion. There's a lot of white Aussies out there who are just fucking wankers who get drunk and go around causing more problem than a lot of Muslims do and shit like that, or any race, so, and religion. So you don't need to be in a race or religion to be a fuckwit.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of young people of all different religions and backgrounds that are out of work around the world because all the manufacturing jobs are shifted off to China, and there's a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands and they sit on YouTube or whatever getting influenced.
It makes you wonder though, you look at somewhere like China, when was the last time they really had a big terrorist attack? You get countries like that and they don't really have them. So they're doing something right. They might be pretty hard-assed on their laws and shit, but they're doing something right there. So even like when Putin threatened that if someone did a terrorist attack in Russia, he would go and kill them all. So. Yeah, I think we just get too lenient with some of them. It's like even when those guys in Australia were going to hop on that boat and go up there and join the terrorist group, they should have let them go. Let them go, but never let them back in. But they let them back in, take them to court, and when they're in court, like 10 of their sympathisers go to court and they don't stand up for the judge, they just sit there. So these guys who go to court to support them, well, they must be into that sort of shit too, so now you got to watch these guys as well. So just kick them all out. If they're into that sort of thing, kick them out, because like I said, you can never really trust them. You can follow them, say, okay, he's a low threat, he's not doing nothing now, but you don't know that one day he wakes up and goes, today's the day, I'm going to go do something, and then you're fucked. So people like that, if they want to leave, let them leave, and then they lose all their fucking citizenships to Australia. They're gone. Simple as that. Don't bring them back.
Yeah, I just wish
I don't understand when a lot of these, like I said, fanatic ones, they hate the Western world, but yet they want to come to countries like Australia or America or England, these westernised countries, which everything there is what they hate. So why go to those countries? Why immigrate to those countries if you hate what those countries stand for? I just don't understand it. So that's another thing I don't understand. Why I wouldn't go to a country I hated to live, then try and change it or do whatever. I'd go find a country where I fit in, felt comfortable. If you believe in that and killing and stuff like that, go to Syria or go to one of those countries where they do it all the time. Why come to Australia and you say, I hate this, I hate Christianity, I hate what you stand for here, I hate that, blah, blah. It's like, then why come here? We know why, because of the benefits. Sadly, that's what it comes down to. Didn't get me in trouble, did it?
Well, after this, I'm going to give you one from a fella in the region that loves you.
In the region?
And you'll be surprised to know that
What region? The overseas region?
You'll be pleased to know that you're quite popular over there. And
Sure.
No. We'll do that one next.